Hello students, welcome to today's lecture. So in today's class we will explore vector algebra and we will discuss NCERT miscellaneous examples 26 to 30 and NCERT exercise question number 1 to 5. Okay, so let's start. This is disclaimer. So in today's class we will discuss miscellaneous examples 26 to 30 and miscellaneous exercise on chapter 10 question number 1 to 5. Okay, so let's start. NCERT section 10.6.3 example 26 which says write all unit vectors in xy plane, right? Question says write all the unit vectors in xy plane. So let's see how can we find all the unit vectors in xy plane. So let r vector is equal to xi cap plus yj cap be a unit vector in xy plane. You can refer figure 10.28. Got it. So then from the figure we have x is equal to cos theta and y is equal to sin theta, since magnitude of r vector is equal to 1. So we can write the vector r vector as r vector is equal to op vector, which is cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap, right? This is equation 1. Clearly, magnitude of r vector is basically root over cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1. Also, as theta varies from 0 to 2 pi, the point P traces the circle x square plus y square equal to 1 in counterclockwise direction, and this covers all the possible directions. Okay. So equation 1 gives every unit vector in xy plane, right? Equation 1 gives every unit vector in xy plane. Okay. Next, NCERT section 10.6.3 example 27, it says if I cap plus j cap plus k cap, 2 I cap plus 5 j cap, 3 I cap plus 2 j cap minus 3 k cap, and I cap minus 6 j cap minus k cap are the position vectors of the points A, B, C, and D respectively, then find the angle between AB vector and CD vector. Deduce that AB vector and CD vector are collinear. Okay. So let's see the solution part. Let theta is the angle between AB vector and CD vector, right? Let theta is the angle between AB vector and CD vector. Now AB vector is equal to position vector of point B minus position vector of point A, which is 2 I cap plus 5 j cap minus I cap plus j cap plus k cap, which after solving we will get I cap plus 4 j cap minus k cap, right? Therefore magnitude of AB vector will be equal to root over 1 square plus 4 square plus minus 1 square, which is equal to 3 root 2. Okay. Similarly, CD vector is equal to minus 2 I cap minus 8 j cap plus 2 k cap, and magnitude of CD vector is equal to 6 root 2, right? Now using cos theta is equal to AB vector dot CD vector upon magnitude of AB vector into magnitude of CD vector, okay, which will be equal to 1 into minus 2 plus 4 into minus 8 plus minus 1 into 2 upon 3 root 2 into 6 root 2, which after solving will be minus 36 upon 36, which is equal to minus 1. Since theta is between 0 to pi, it follows that theta is equal to pi, right? We can say that theta is equal to pi. This shows that AB vector and CD vector are collinear, right? This shows that AB vector and CD vector are collinear, okay? That's what we need to prove actually, right? Got it. So next is NCERT section 10.6.3, example 28. So let's see how can we solve this. This example says, let A vector, B vector, and C vector be 3 vectors such that magnitude of A vector is equal to 3, magnitude of B vector is equal to 4, magnitude of C vector is equal to 5, and each one of them being perpendicular to the sum of the other two. Find magnitude of A vector plus B vector plus C vector, right? We have to basically find the magnitude of A vector plus B vector plus C vector, okay? So let's see the solution part. How can we solve this, right? Given that magnitude of A vector is equal to 3, magnitude of B vector is equal to 4, and magnitude of C vector is equal to 5. Also, A vector, B vector, and C vector are perpendicular to the sum of the other two. Therefore, A vector dot B vector plus C vector is equal to 0, B vector dot C vector plus A vector is equal to 0, and C vector dot A vector plus B vector is equal to 0. Now, magnitude of A vector plus B vector plus C vector square will be equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector square, which is A vector plus B vector plus C vector dot a vector plus b vector plus c vector. Okay, which after solving will be a vector dot a vector plus a vector dot b vector plus c vector plus b vector dot b vector plus b vector dot a vector plus c vector plus c vector dot a vector plus b vector plus c vector dot c vector. Okay, which is equal to magnitude of c vector square plus magnitude of b vector square plus magnitude of c vector square. Okay, right, which will be equal to 9 plus 16 plus 25, which is equal to 50. Okay, hence we can say that a vector plus b vector plus c, magnitude of a vector plus b vector plus c vector is equal to root 50, which is equal to 5 root 2, right, which is equal to 5 root 2. Okay, so the answer of the given question will be 5 root 2. Okay, next is NCERT section 10.6.3 example 29, which says three vectors a vector, b vector and c vector satisfy the conditions a vector plus b vector plus c vector is equal to 0 vector. Evaluate the quantity lambda mu is equal to a vector dot b vector plus b vector dot c vector plus c vector dot a vector. If magnitude of a vector is equal to 3, magnitude of b vector is equal to 4 and magnitude of c vector is equal to 2. Okay, you have to evaluate the quantity mu, which is a vector dot b vector plus b vector dot c vector plus c vector dot a vector. Okay, so let's see how can we solve this. Given a vector plus b vector plus c vector is equal to 0 vector. Okay, it is given that. Now on taking dot product with a vector, we get a vector dot a vector plus a vector dot b vector plus a vector dot c vector. Okay, therefore a vector dot b vector plus a vector dot c vector will be equal to minus of magnitude of a vector square, which is equal to minus 9, right? So this is equation 1. Again b vector, again by taking dot product with b vector, we will get b vector dot a vector plus b vector plus c vector is equal to 0 vector. So which will get a vector dot b vector plus b vector dot c vector is equal to minus of b vector square, minus of magnitude of b vector square, which is equal to minus 16, which is equation 2, right? Similarly, a vector dot c vector plus b vector dot c vector will be equal to minus 4. This is equation 3. Okay, now adding equation 1, 2 and 3, we will get 2 times a vector dot b vector plus b vector dot c vector plus c vector dot a vector is equal to minus 29. So 2 mu will be equal to minus 29. Hence we can say that mu is equal to minus 29 by 2. Clear? So the quantity mu is basically equal to minus 29 by 2. This is basically the right answer. Okay, hope it's clear to all. Let's move to the next part. Next is NCERT section 10.6.3 example 30, which says if with reference to the right-handed system of mutually perpendicular unit vectors I cap, j cap and k cap, if alpha vector is equal to 3 I cap minus j cap, beta vector is equal to 2 I cap plus j cap minus 3 k cap, then express beta vector in the form of beta vector is equal to beta 1 I cap plus beta 2 j cap, where beta 1 is parallel to alpha vector and beta 2 is parallel to alpha vector. Okay, got it. Beta 2 is basically perpendicular, beta 2 vector is basically perpendicular to alpha vector. Okay, so let's see how can we solve this. Given beta 1 vector is parallel to alpha vector. Okay, so we can write beta 1 vector is basically equal to lambda alpha vector, where lambda is a scalar. Now beta 1 vector will be lambda times 3 I cap minus j cap, which is equal to 3 lambda I cap minus lambda j cap. Also beta vector will be equal to beta 1 vector plus beta 2 vector. So beta 2 vector will be equal to beta vector minus beta 1 vector, which is equal to 2 I cap plus j cap minus 3 k cap minus 3 lambda I cap minus lambda j cap. Okay, so we can write it as 2 minus 3 lambda I cap plus 1 plus lambda j cap minus 3 k cap. Okay, since beta 2 vector is to be perpendicular to alpha vector, so we can say that alpha vector dot beta 2 vector is equal to 0, which is equal to, this implies 3 I cap minus j cap dot 2 minus 3 lambda I cap plus 1 plus lambda j cap minus 3 k cap is equal to 0. Okay, so we can write 3 times 2 minus 3 lambda minus 1 plus lambda is equal to 0. So we can write lambda is equal to 1 by 2, right? So we can write lambda is equal to 1 by 2. Therefore we can say that beta 1 vector is equal to 3 by 2 I cap minus 1 by 2 j cap, and beta 2 vector is equal to 1 by 2 I cap plus 3 by 2 j cap minus 3 k cap, right? This is basically the right answer for the given question. Okay, okay, now let's see NCERT miscellaneous exercise question number 1 to question number 5. So question says write down a unit vector in xy plane making an angle 30 degree with the positive direction of x-axis, right? Let's see how can we solve this. So let's see the solution. If r vector is a unit vector in xy plane, then r vector will be equal to cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap, right? R vector will be equal to cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Here theta is the angle made by unit vector with positive direction of x-axis, right? Therefore, theta will be equal to 30 degree, right? Theta will be equal to 30 degree. So r vector will be equal to cos 30 I cap plus sin 30 degree j cap, which is equal to root 3 by 2 I cap plus 1 by 2 j cap. Okay. Now magnitude of r vector will be equal to root over root 3 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square, which is equal to root over 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Got it? Which is equal to root over 4 by 4, which is equal to root 1. Clear? So root 1 is basically equal to 1. Hence the required unit vector is basically root 3 by 2 I cap plus 1 by 2 j cap, right? Root 3 by 2 I cap plus 1 by 2 j cap. Okay. Got it? So let's move to the next question. NCERT miscellaneous exercise 10 question number 2, which says find the scalar components and magnitude of the vector joining the points P, which is x1, y1, z1, and Q, which is x2, y2, z2. Okay. So we have to find the scalar components and magnitude of the vector joining points P, x1, y1, z1, and x2, y2, z2, right? So let's see how can we solve this. So we have to find the scalar components and magnitude of the vector joining the points P, x1, y1, z1, and next point Q, x2, y2, z2. Now the vector joining the points P, x1, y1, z1, and Q, x2, y2, z2 can be obtained by PQ vector, which is position vector of Q minus position vector of P. Okay. Therefore, PQ vector will be equal to x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap, right? So magnitude of PQ vector will be equal to root over x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. Okay. Hence, the scalar components and the magnitude of the vector joining the given points are respectively x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1, and root over x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square plus z2 minus z1 square. Okay. This is basically the required answer. Okay. Right. Okay, let's move to the next part. Next question is NCERT miscellaneous exercise 10 question number 3, which says a girl walks 4 km towards west and then she walks 3 km in the direction 30 degree east of north and stops. Determine the girl's displacement from her initial point of departure. We have to find the girl's displacement from her initial point of departure. Okay. Got it? So let's see how can we solve the given question. Question says a girl walks 4 km towards west, then she walks 3 km in the direction 30 degree east of north and stops. We have to determine girl's displacement from an initial point of departure. Okay. So according to the question, first movement 4 km towards west. First movement is 4 km towards west, right? So we can say second movement is 3 km in the direction 30 degree east of north. Let the initial point of departure be origin, which is 0, 0. Let the positive x direction, let the positive x axis represents east, right? Let the positive x axis represents east. Let the negative x axis represents west. Okay. Let the positive y axis represents north. Okay. So, and negative y axis represents south. Then the girl's position can be shown in the figure. You can see. Alright. So figure representing the first movement as vector OA. Right. First movement as vector OA. The girl walks 4 km towards west. West is going along negative x axis. Got it? Therefore, the first displacement vector OA can be written as OA vector as minus 4 I cap, where I cap is the unit vector along the positive x-axis. Right. Now, figure representing the second movement as vector AB. Right. Figure representing the second movement as vector AB. The girl walks 3 km in the direction 30° east of north. This means starting from northeast positive y-axis and rotating 30° towards east positive x-axis. Now let's see important angle calculations. The angle with positive x-axis measured counterclockwise from east is what we need for the standard component form, which is cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Now north is 90° from positive x-axis. 30° east of north means 90 minus 30°, which is 60° from the positive x-axis. So the vector AB vector. So for the vector AB vector, the angle theta is equal to 60°, right? The magnitude of this displacement AB vector is basically 3 km, right? Now using the components form, AB vector is equal to magnitude of AB vector cos theta I cap plus magnitude of AB vector sin theta j cap. AB vector will be equal to 3 cos 60° I cap plus 3 sin 60° j cap. Now substitute the values of cos 60° is equal to 1 by 2 and sin 60° is equal to root 3 by 2. So AB vector will be equal to 3 into 1 by 2 I cap plus 3 into root 3 by 2 j cap. So AB vector will be equal to 3 by 2 I cap plus 3 root 3 by 2 j cap. Okay. Now determining the total displacements OB vector. According to the triangle of vector addition, if OA vector is the first displacement and AB vector is the second displacement, then the total displacement from the initial point O to the final point B is basically OB vector is equal to OA vector plus OB vector. Now substitute the vector forms we found. OB vector is equal to minus 4 I cap plus 3 by 2 I cap plus 3 root 3 by 2 j cap. Now combine the I cap components and the j cap components. OB vector is equal to minus 4 plus 3 by 2 I cap plus 3 root 3 by 2 j cap. Therefore, the total displacement vector OB vector will be equal to minus 5 by 2 I cap plus 3 root 3 by 2 j cap, right? Minus 5 by 2 I cap plus 3 root 3 by 2 j cap, okay? This is basically our final answer, okay? Right, let's move to the next question. Next question is NCERT exercise 10, question number 4, which says, if A vector is equal to B vector plus C vector, then is it true that magnitude of A vector is equal to magnitude of B vector is equal to magnitude of A vector is equal to magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector? Justify your answer, right? So let us see how can we justify our answer. In question it is given that if A vector is equal to B vector plus C vector, then is it true that magnitude of A vector plus is equal to magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector? Now let's see the solution part. In triangle ABC, let CB vector is equal to A vector, CA vector is equal to B vector, and AB vector is equal to C vector. As shown in the given figure, you can see. Now by triangle of vector addition, we have A vector is equal to A vector will be equal to B vector plus C vector, right? A vector is equal to B vector plus C vector. We have magnitude of A vector, magnitude of B vector, and magnitude of C vector represents the side of triangle ABC, right? We know that the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. Therefore, magnitude of A vector will be less than magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector, okay? Clear? Got it? So let A vector is equal to 2 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. B vector is equal to minus I cap plus j cap plus 0 k cap, and C vector is equal to 3 I cap plus j cap plus 2 k cap. So B vector plus C vector will be equal to 2 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap, which is equal to A vector. Therefore, A vector will be equal to B vector plus C vector. Now magnitude of A vector will be equal to root over 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, which is equal to root 12. And magnitude of B vector will be equal to root over 1 plus 1, which is equal to root 2. and magnitude of C vector will be equal to root over 9 plus 1 plus 4, which is equal to root 14, and magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector will be equal to root 2 plus root 14. Got it? And magnitude of A vector is basically equal to root 12. Therefore, we can say that root 12 is not equal to root 2 plus root 14. Got it? Hence, it is not true that A vector is magnitude of A vector is equal to magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector, right? Hence, we can say that magnitude of A vector is not equal to magnitude of B vector plus magnitude of C vector, right? So this is basically our final answer, okay? Right, hope it's clear to all. Next is NCERT miscellaneous exercise 10 question number 5, which says find the value of x for which x times I cap plus j cap plus k cap is a unit vector, right? Find the value of x for which x times I cap plus j cap plus k cap is a unit vector, right? So let's see how can we find the value of x, right? Okay, so if x times I cap plus j cap plus k cap is a unit vector, then magnitude of x times I cap plus j cap plus k cap will be equal to 1, isn't it? Now magnitude of x times I cap plus j cap plus k cap is equal to 1. So root over x square plus x square plus x square will be equal to 1, right? Root over x square plus x square plus x square will be equal to 1. So root over 3x square will be equal to 1, right? Root over 3x square will be equal to 1. So root 3x will be equal to 1, right? Root 3x will be equal to 1. So x will be equal to plus minus 1 by root 3, right? X will be equal to plus minus 1 by root 3. Okay. Hence the required value of x will be equal to plus minus 1 by root 3, right? Hence we can say that the required value of x is basically plus minus 1 by root 3. Okay. So the correct answer of the given question is basically plus minus 1 by root 3. Okay. Thank you so much.